What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, the brackets are set. The Miami Heat they clinched the 8th seed, and the Minnesota Timberwolves clinched the 8th seed. So, they won those games, and it was just spectacular to watch. I made a video previously talking about, these two games, and it was actually pretty difficult to know, like, who's going to win. On one hand, the Bulls and Heat. That was actually a very hard game to call, but the Heat got that nod, and they're going to match up against the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round, and the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the OKC Thunder. OKC, good team, a good rebuilding team. They had a good run, they had their fun, but it is what it is, and the rightful eighth seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they got their chance to match up in the first round against the Denver Nuggets. But as you can see on the screen, you can see the brackets out there. Honestly, if you ask me, I just feel like the Minnesota Timberwolves are just going to be another first round exit, just like last season. Even with the addition of Rudy Gobert, I'm not trusting that. I'll just give the nod to the Denver Nuggets. I know I'm calling it right now. It's the one seed. It's very hard to see one of the best big men in the league, Nikola Jokic, losing to Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, those twin towers in there. So I just give the nod to the Denver Nuggets in there. The Clippers and the Suns. This is actually pretty difficult to call. I'm not sure who's gonna win here. Honestly, if you ask me, I don't know. Like, on one hand, I feel like the only thing that's for sure, this series is gonna go 7 games. Considering the fact that you have Kawhi Leonard in there, KD in there, they're gonna match up. This is gonna go 7 games. I'm not sure who is gonna come out from that matchup, but it's just gonna be difficult. I mean, Warriors, Kings. I'll just give the nod to the Warriors. I feel like the Warriors can pull it off in 6 to 7 games. It's not gonna be a short series in 5 games. 6 to 7 games. And I fancy my chances. I pick the Warriors because I want them to match up against whoever comes out that Lakers Grizzlies matchup. On one hand, I am a Laker fan. I love the Los Angeles Lakers, but the way I really hate the Grizzlies and the way I want the Grizzlies to match up with the Warriors and the Warriors just get their sweet payback. I wouldn't feel bad if the Grizzlies beat the Lakers in the first round. I wouldn't. Okay, number one, they're the number 2 seed in there. And if they do that, we get the matchup that we all want in the second round, the Warriors and the Grizzlies. But I'd prefer if the Grizzlies get swept in the first round by the Lakers. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but more or less, I wouldn't mind if that happens, or even if they lose in 5 games, because the Grizzlies, they were talking a lot of they talked a lot of smack all through the season, and these people, I don't know, they don't know when to keep quiet and shut up and just play basketball. You have Ja Morant continuing with that thug life. You got Dylan Dynasty Brooks. He keeps taunting every best player. You've got even that altercation between a while ago with the Memphis Grizzlies and Lakers. You had Desmond Bain talking smack against the King, and you all know what happened. The Lakers led by LeBron James literally destroyed the Memphis Grizzlies, and that trash talk, I just hope Dylan Dynasty Brooks he keeps that same energy, that trash talk in this series, because especially in the playoffs, nobody cares. The game's more physical and teams are revving up as every game matters. So yeah, I mean, if the Lakers win, I'll be very happy. But my focus is on the Lakers just, beating them in about 6 to 7 games. So majority of the time, I feel like these games are just gonna go up to 7 games. This series are gonna go up to 7 games because based on the talent on the rosters and based on the way the teams have been performing throughout the season, especially in the West, I expect fireworks in there. And that's just the Western Conference. But if you look at the East, first round, Bucks, Heat. I feel like the Bucks are gonna win this. The last time the Bucks met the Heat, they swept them. That was in the 2021 postseason. They got their sweet revenge against the Heat in the 2020 postseason when the Heat beat the Bucks in 5 games, but um, the Bucks got their revenge in the first round of the 2021 playoffs and they won. And I feel like this is just going to be another short series. I'll just pick the Bucks in 5 in there. But when you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks, potentially, I feel like this can go 6 games. I pick the Cavs in 6. The Cavs have been playing so well. I'm not gonna, knock Jalen Brunson's game, and the New York Knicks. His emergence. He's actually a candidate for a most improved player, and Jalen Brunson succeeding just reflects so poorly on the Dallas Mavericks. I don't want to mention the Dallas Mavericks because they're not even in the playoffs, but you could see Jalen Brunson leading that team and being their premier point guard in there. But Donovan Mitchell, like the man who dropped 71 points, I mean, he just keeps, getting better every season. So I'll just pick the Cavs in 6. But if you look at that matchup against the Sixers and the Nets, I was really hoping Ben Simmons would have been able to suit up because this will be actually one of those series that will be mentally draining. And I would actually give the nod to the Sixers because they have an MVP candidate there. They've got James Harden in there. They've got Joel Embiid in there. So I feel like if they're able to play, they can be able to pull it off. But well, that Sixers versus Nets series, man, it's just difficult to call. But very I'll be very interested to see the outcome of it. But I feel like it's just gonna go 7 games because the way the Nets got a huge haul uh, from the Dallas Mavericks. They got back Spencer Dinwiddie and they got back Dorian Finney-Smith. They got Dorian Finney-Smith, and then also from the Phoenix Suns they got Mikal Bridges and they got Cam Johnson. So I feel like going 7 games is something that's it's just likely to happen. But if you look at the Celtics versus Hawks, I feel like this series is going to be very short. And looking at the way the Celtics have been dominant this season, I don't feel like the Atlanta Hawks are going to be any huge threat. And considering the fact that the Bucks and Celtics were dominating the East, I'll fancy my chances if they meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's actually something that I'm looking forward to because it's very good to see like those two teams match up like that at the top of their conferences. So that's my take on it. I'll just be dropping videos just talking about what I feel like, what I think about these series. And please be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts so that you never miss any new videos that are coming out. And I'm out. Peace.